get some opening skibbity claps.
Skibbity claps, skibbity claps, skibbity claps. Just rain in. See how I drizzle them in there.
Drizzle them.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing some legs and shit on the grill. And drizzle the sauce.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So everybody, welcome to Try It Hip Hop Podcast. We got Comic Dimension is on there.
All right.
I'm not sure who that is.
I think we followed them before, though.
Oh, okay.
I believe so.
Shout
out to you, sir.
Shout out,
or ma'am, whoever you are.
We appreciate you tuning in.
Whoever you are.
This is episode, what was it?
163.
163. See, I'm losing my mind, y'all. So today we got a special guest that's going to be joining us in a few minutes on our Instagram feed. And that is my man Supreme R.A. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's down with the Black Lord Rebel Music crew, so we're going to get him in a few minutes. We will just wait for him to kind of jump in on the line. But if y'all want to be a part of that conversation, please go over to Instagram and follow on there. Or you can just keep watching on Facebook, or your slow ass can wait till it get downloaded to YouTube.
Well, we on YouTube down. That's with the StreamYard. We on StreamYard. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but either way, you can do all them options.
All them options.
We got it hooked up, hopefully, to where we will be able to hear Supreme R.A. And so when he comes in, those who are listening on Facebook, you'll be able to hear him. You won't be able to see him. So,
matter of fact, let me check my.
Turn it up! Bring it up!
All right, my man. So how was your week this week?
Man, it's been all right, man. We at the finals, trying to maintain and hold out, man. And I got this project to get due, and yep. You like Bernie Mac. Somebody's got to pray for me.
Hey, Bernie Mac was always saying that. Yeah, I got to pray for me.
Yeah, pray for me. She a shepherd for the devil. A shepherd.
A shepherd for the devil.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man, it's been a weird one, man.
Yeah. How about your week, man?
It's been pretty good. I can't complain.
Okay.
I mean, another week, but just while I'm talking about it, I'm going to mention this because my work schedule is going to be changing.
Oh yeah, I meant to.
So we will be doing the show a little bit different now. We're going to go live on Saturdays from now on. We won't be going live this coming Saturday, but we will go live the Saturday after that. That'll be our next show after this one, and that'll be our routine. So we'll probably, maybe we might have to shift the lyrical breakdown to the middle of the week, have that for our middle of the week segment, and do the show on the weekend.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Do it like that. Fair. So, we appreciate y'all tuning in once again. Don't forget to hit the buttons. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe.
Brothers and sisters. We will talk about him today. So.
Yeah, we definitely got to talk about Dr. Umar Johnson at some point today. We got a lot of stuff to get out on the table. I still don't see Supreme R.A. in here yet, so hopefully we'll see him very soon.
Right.
I should have bought my other phone so I could be texting back and forth with him, checking with him.
You got the burner phone? That's what
right.
You got? The burner?
The burner.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I got two phones, you know what I'm saying, God? You know what I mean? I got to move in the street. These are just impersonation people. Don't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. That's what these are.
But yeah, this is, like I said, episode 163. And is that
my man? That's my man.
Is that my man?
That's
Supreme
my man.
R.A.
Oh, let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. There he is. Gotta give you a proper introduction. We want to give you some claps. So we're gonna try to see if we can bring you in here. See if it'll let me. Let's see.
Let's see. We'll just
see if that works.
Yep. And there we go. The man.
Yo, P.
Good to see you, brother.
Appreciate y'all brothers having me on, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you being with us, man.
Yeah, we really appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir.
So how you been doing, man?
Pleasure. Oh, man, just taking it one day at a time, man. Keeping my mind, body, and soul right, man. Staying at peace, giving praise to the Most High, man.
Yes, sir.
Walk upright. You know what I mean?
That's it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Staying healthy.
That's what's up, man.
How y'all doing on this day, man?
We doing good, man.
Yeah, we can't
doing
call
good.
it.
You know, it's always a good day when we can do another show, and we made it another week. You know, so we were definitely just talking about how things have been for the week. So after this week, we're going to be doing a show on the weekends, not this coming weekend, but the weekend after. We'll be doing a show on Saturdays for anybody who wants to tune in. But yeah, once again, this is my man Supreme R.A. You are part of Black Law Rebel Music. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Artist and owner, man.
Absolutely.
Of Black Law Rebel Music. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
what's up.
Supreme R.A, the true and living. And I'm thankful to be here on this podcast. Triad hip hop, man. Representing what the hip hop and the heads of real.
We appreciate that, man. We appreciate that.
Yes,
before we get too heavy into the interview, we want to kind of announce, and talk about some people that we lost real quick. So everybody knows that we recently lost Shock G from Digital Underground, a.k.a. Humpty Hump, the alter ego. Definitely want to send condolences to him. And we also recently lost Andrew Brown, who was out of North Carolina in Elizabeth City. We just kind of always like to give condolences to people like that. So before we get too far into anything, we're going to give them a quick moment of silence. All right, we appreciate that. So thank y'all for doing that with us. Did you have any favorite songs by Digital Underground?
Yes, I love Digital Underground, and as I believe that it was which rest in peace to Shock G, aka Humpty Hump. Those were the best fun days of Tupac. Tupac actually had the most fun.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But they just kept it like family. They just did it. They just vibed. You can tell on the music that they made. In the music they made, they just want to have fun, kind of bounce with it on some fun hip hop type of vibes and moves, man. So I mean, rest in peace to the brother. And I love his quote before he went out. He said, "I ain't afraid to die," and he said, "Live for something and or die for nothing."
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. The brother did have a lot of wisdom. Had a lot of wisdom.
Yeah.
So that's what's up, man. Now, you were saying that you are on East Coast time. Where are you actually at right now? Because I was thinking you would be on Central time.
Right. I was out at Louisville, Kentucky, but I grew up in Washington D.C. Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I'm saying in Miami, Florida. So driving around, with my pops. He was from Delaware. In Delaware, you can get to Philly or New York real quick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He showed me around, and we listened to hip hop. We listened to a lot of hip hop. We was on that, man. Spin Records, Cool Mo D, LL Cool J, the Get Fresh crew, and with W Fresh, Slick Rick, and the list goes on. Run DMC,
Absolutely.
So I was raised in the trenches of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I love the way the 80s and the 90s, took us there with the vinyl records and everything like that.
Let me ask you this question too. So you said you are out of Kentucky. What's the scene like as far as like the hip hop scene down in that area?
The hip hop scene, Louisville, we do have in Louisville, Kentucky. We do have our hip hop. We also love, we love the kind of the southern feel, like the trap.
Yeah.
So they like that too. But you definitely have your hip hop areas where you can go to stores like Bardstown Road. You can go somewhere in the West End. The West End is known as more of the hood area in Kentucky, Louisville. You know what I'm saying? Which big up to my city. And they, we brought down, Wu-Tang. We brought down artists. But again, they like that. They like more of this southern vibe. They like Big Crit, Big Crit, what's going on right now in music, how they change it up, not just the auto tunes, but the kind of the weirdo, witty style, where you ain't really flowing, you ain't really spitting bars,
yeah,
keeping it simple. You know what I mean? And, we had somebody from, I think he's from Bardstown, Kentucky, Louisville, Kentucky, but on Bardstown lived at Jack Harlow. You know what I mean? And he did a song with Lil Wayne, which is all yeah. So, which he got a little flow, what I'm saying? He got some things I wouldn't consider him hip hop.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard of that, Jack
We
Harlow.
just gotta always keep real. But we got people like my brother that was on the Battlefront Junior with Chaplin, aka Ray. He was one of the early Louisville artists that signed in Florida to a deal, and he represents hip hop. Or like Father Ja, with the Mud Niggas, or the Unstoppable Sound that represents hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So we do have that part of the culture, but we have other parts. So it has some good issues.
Okay. What about because aren't Nappy Roots out of Kentucky as well, or weren't they Nappy Roots?
What's that?
Nappy Roots, weren't they out of Kentucky?
Exactly, Nappy Roots. Nappy Roots represented Kentucky. They didn't, and that's the thing about Louisville. Louisville, we will rep you. We will represent, but it's not like Michigan. We wait till you leave, you get big, you get to shine, and then you come back, and then we'll try. We'll trust to rock with you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of places that do that, not just us. So like Nappy Roots, because of course they got signed with Interscope, but Nappy Roots, they left. When they left, then they came. They left. They got a deal, but while they were doing it, sort of like what's my man's name? Bryson Tiller. Okay. Bryson Tiller's also from Louisville. You know what I'm saying? And he put in at Wyandotte Park, he invested into a basketball playground. So it's got the basketball court. It looks good. It's got the nice backboard, the glass backboard and stuff like that. Nice rims. The court is painted and it looks good. But he was trying to do it, and a lot of people knew about him. He had to leave, get big, then come back and represent the city. So you see what I'm saying? On the scene, when you're trying to really represent hip hop, people don't trust you enough to give you that chance. You know what I mean? Until you get a little shine. Once you get a little shine, then you come back. Then they're kind of like, okay, yeah, he's from Louisville. Yeah, we know that. And you know what I'm saying? We rocking with him. So we still not trusting on what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. Now, I guess before we go too far, one of the things we like to do every time we go live, we have what we call the question of the day. So how we came up with something, what was your question of the day for today?
It's kind of reaching. So what I got, with the death of DMX, Rob G, and Black Rob, not Rob G, Black Rob and Shock G. We just kind of wanted to know, out of the three, which one's the most tragic. I mean, they're all tragic, but...
Yeah, I think they're all tragic,
yeah.
But I mean, sometimes one may hit you a little harder than the other because your relationship to them as an artist. So I guess for me, DMX probably was a little more tragic for me because I was really heavy into X's music, and he just really, he spoke a lot more to me, you know what I mean? Shock G, I definitely grew up on a lot of their music, and Black Rob, I think that's very tragic because I think he got, he didn't get as much shine as he could have. But for me, it was DMX hit me a little harder, if that kind of represents the question. What about you? Any one of them hit you a little harder than the other?
I'm gonna say because thinking like a humanitarian, they are human beings too.
Right.
But they also are brothers, and they also represent the culture. But the reason why I would say DMX is because of the impact that he had on the culture, but he died on my birthday.
Oh,
April 9th.
Oh, wow.
So with me trying to celebrate, also I seen that, and that hit me.
Right.
Wow. Like the announcing of his passing is like, yo, this is crazy.
It's bittersweet.
But he had a profound impact on the game. Even though what he went through, the struggle, the drug addictions that that took place, since his childhood with the abuse and whatever not, he still was able to deliver a great message through hip hop.
Yeah,
he came up from the roots, from the root to the tutor. He freestyled, he battled, and he gave you a message through the word. I mean, he gave you real stuff. So when I really got a chance to listen to him, I know my cousin was like, "Man, you weren't rocking with DMX." I wasn't rocking with DMX. I was just so into when I heard Cannabis on that mixtape. I'm like, "Yo, Cannabis!" Like, "Yo, I snatched the crown with your head still attached
to it." Yeah, that was hard.
Like that. But as I listened and grew with DMX dropping this and that, I started to get down. I'm slipping, I'm falling, and the 24 hours to live. Then I started hearing DMX and watching the movie. He has a message. Yeah. He has a message and something. Even with all the crap going on, he was on topic with things he did. And the prayers, his prayers were very powerful. That he would just sit with people, pray on stage, impactful, powerful prayers, man. So yeah, that one was hard. But so was Black Rob, Shock G. I can't forget when Black Rob first did the wall and how we picked him up and we thought he was just gonna go to the next level. And despite whatever Bad Boy had plans to do further in his career, you know what I mean? Some things set back because it didn't have the same impact. Like when he got on the scene and he was doing stuff with the Locks and everybody, and then you heard him do that wall, and we like, okay, yeah, this dude's got something. And of course, Shock G is a legend, no doubt, and they did a lot of great things too. So yeah, it's definitely a loss. It's a big loss for the culture. Yeah. But we gotta commemorate, give them their flowers. Shouldn't give everybody their flowers when they're dead, even though it takes that sometimes. Yeah. We need to give them their flowers while they're alive. And these dudes, they all need to be commemorated. Continue to move. We should continue to mention them, man, and hold them in high regard.
Absolutely.
And blessings and my condolences to their family. Yes. Because that was a huge hit.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna switch the question over to you. Any one of them hit you?
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think Shock G kind of hit me the hardest. I mean, they all hit pretty hard, but Shock G just came out of nowhere, like because you didn't really hear too much about Shock G. Like you didn't hear about his health condition. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You didn't really hear too much. Like DMX, Black Rob, you kind of got idea of what was going on, before they passed. Yeah, go ahead. So yeah, you kind of had us some that whole but like Shock G, it was like that day, and it was crazy because like I at my job, I have a friend like my supervisor. We talk about Digital Underground, pretty regularly. You know what I'm saying? And like that day of when he died, we was actually talking about Shock G, and I was like doing his voice.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was doing his voice because you know how like him and Slick Rick kind of sound similar, but Shock G be like this, and then but Rick, he's a little higher pitch, and I would just because that's the thing, man. It's like his voice, and that's one thing that was cool about that. It's just like his voice, no matter what record you heard him on, like it cuts through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got everybody now sounds the same. Everybody got it, everybody sounds the same and stuff, but his voice
and he
cut.
And he could do instruments and stuff
yeah.
Like that. I mean, dude was really talented, man.
Yeah. Yeah, they was on some different stuff, man. They really was.
Absolutely, man. That's so yeah, that's our question of the day. Whose death hit you the hardest out of those three? Black Rob, DMX, or Shock G. For anybody who just jumped on, we are interviewing my man Supreme R.A. from Black Lord Rebel Music. If y'all want to join, he is live on Facebook with us. If you're not on Facebook, Instagram. He's live on Instagram. If you're on Facebook, you're welcome to keep watching there. Or YouTube, you can keep watching there. But he is actually live on Instagram. So real quick, I want to kind of announce some birthdays of some hip hoppers that we recently had and some that's coming up in the next couple of days. So we got happy birthdays going out to Jamal from the Def Squad, who started off with the group Illegal. We got my man,
Yes, sir.
my man
My guy,
Cormega.
man, Marley G.
Yeah, man, my man Cormega as well. Both of their birthdays
Yes,
are on
sir.
April 26th. We got Lizzo was on April 27th.
All right.
We got my man Too Short. He coming up today, actually, on the 28th. And Big Gip is also today on the 28th
Okay.
from Atlanta.
Good.
Coming up tomorrow, we got my man Master P. Then on April 30th, we got my man Travis
The
Scott.
Don, man.
Yeah, man.
Return of the Don. Yeah.
Also on April 30th, we
Happy
got
birthday,
Lloyd Banks and Wonder Mike, the legend, the icon, Wonder Mike.
Wonder Mike, and I'd like to say hello.
Yeah, man. So happy birthday goes out to all of them. Just wanted to give some honorable mentions to people on their birthday. Matter of fact, can we give them some claps?
Yeah, give them the claps.
Give them some claps real quick with the sound effects. There we go. I got a couple of things on new music I want to announce. My man West Coast Cam, he got a song out with Jay Electronica that just came out. They make actually a pretty good duo. I want to know if they're going to do some more songs, but they got a new song they just dropped.
I might check that out.
My man Hakeem Green, I don't know if y'all know him, but he is from the legendary group, I forgot their name now. The ones who did All We Do Is Spark Mad. Channel Live.
Channel Live.
Channel Live.
Oh.
Yeah, so Hakeem Green, he got a song out with KRS right now called The Cypher. It's pretty dope. They just dropped that. My man Skyzoo, he dropped a song just yesterday called Bed-Stuy is Burning, because he's from Brooklyn, from Bed-Stuy. And then also, I want to also kind of give you some time, because I know you just dropped a project within the past month or so. So talk a little bit about your new music that you just dropped.
Say that one more time, bro.
I said, so I know you got some new music out, so I wanted to give you some time to talk about your new music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? I got something done which I would have liked it to be in the same year, but it's still all good, man. It's still right and intact. You know what I mean? I dropped Uncontrollable Force September 2020, and then 2021 on March 5th I dropped Witness My King. You know what I'm saying? The prelude to the group Black Law Rebel Music. You know, really putting everybody together, the collective, and being able to have everybody that is active, you know what I'm saying, on the active roster, actually on a song or doing something, and then letting them know, you know what I'm saying, I mean, we coming, we're gonna let it out. So that is out right now on March 5th of this year. I got the We Are Now Supreme R.A.7.com that takes you to every platform on social media or digital, where you can view, you know what I'm saying, the album and check out my new material. You know what I mean? I got Dope vs. Don featuring, I got Imperial Real Real, I got Lamondo featuring. Shout out to my man Macaroni. He's on there, man. He left the track with me. You know what I mean? So I would urge everybody to definitely check it out. I think Up to Date, which my group has always said, they think it's my best work. I believe it is my best complete album that I put together, because I give you a little bit of everything, you know what I'm saying? Being a student of the game, continuing to stay, true to my roots and stay where I'm at, you know what I mean? I'm trying to bring it like that. Bring the hip hop, or bring you something to listen to, keep my mental sharp, drop knowledge, but drop something for you to move to a little bit, and then just keep it straight hip hop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Stay to the 90s, but give you up to date, give you some things to see and here. You know what I mean?
That's what's up, man. Now I will say this: I did get to listen. I got to listen to some of the Witness My Kingdom joint, and I really like what I heard. I did. I liked a lot the one you did with Doe. Well, you might have done more than one with Doe, but it was one you did with Doe to Dawn. I really like. That I can't remember the title. I can't remember the title, but it was really good, and overall I liked the whole project, man. It was really dope. So shout out to you and congratulations, man. That's good work, man.
Sir.
Let me ask you this: what made you name it this Witness My Kingdom? I kind of got a glimpse of what why you named it like that, but why Witness My Kingdom? This project.
you know what I mean, being somebody that studies, you know, and has knowledge of self, you know what I mean, that's rooted in spirituality, you know what I'm saying, like I said, you know, Pan-Africanism, you know what I'm saying, you know, Islam, you know what I'm saying, 5%, you know, the nation, you know what I'm saying, just having those things, just wanting to be, you know, self-empowerment, self-uplifting, and then also believing in team, learning from sports and learning from different things, and then wanting something to be different, our own identity, not just the identity for myself, but the identity for the crew, you know what I'm saying, we had all kind of things, you know, we're going to do Black Law, you know what I mean, and we would say that was from the 48 Laws of Power. I used to be, you know, the group, we like, you know, law, you know, land, Black Law, which basically, you know, meaning we taking the land back, or we taking something back in the industry, we taking what should rightfully belong to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether we got to come from an underground level or underground approach, or we want to take what belongs to us, or like a takeover, or like an independent situation where, hey, you can do this yourself, and you can still dominate the game, still transform and do different things. So, you know, when we finally put it together, I was with Dole. Me and Dole was figuring things out, using ideas, and I'm like, you know, yeah, we're gonna put it together, Black Law Review, and then, you know, spell it different, so, you know, it's more different from everybody else.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go that way.
That's what's up, man. I really like what you do. And one more thing I wanted to mention real quick before we get into some topics. I noticed you do a lot of freestyling, and I really like that as part of the culture, because when I check out your page,
Appreciate that.
you know, I notice you do a lot of freestyling, so that's always good, you know, to keep that spirit of hip-hop alive. So, you know, do you have a particular love of freestyle?
Do I have
Like, meaning,
what I
do you really love freestyling a lot?
Yeah, because I grew up freestyle. When I had to learn about, you know, the syllable count and you know how the bar graph goes, things like that, you got to go back into that, because, you know, a lot of us, we learn a different way. So learning how to already be, you know, using my imagination, stories, storytelling, or whatever, I just started to have the things with freestyling off the top. I'm listening to, you know, my favorites, like we said, LL, Big Eddie Kane, Rakim, KRS-One, you know, Fuji Rap, you know, let's go on. Then I'm like, hey, I can do this too, man. Hold up.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Let me do something to this beat.
Exactly.
Let me do something to this. So I just started doing it, and then I had many people, you know, shout out to Young Domination, you know, and other people that said, won't you do something live, like freestyle? Won't you put something, you know, out there with you freestyling? So I challenged myself to keep my sword sharp just by saying, look, you know, I'll just maybe do a freestyle every week. You know, Joe does the Fresh Friday. He'll put something out, and then I do Supreme Almighty Sunday.
Yeah, I seen
that.
that.
Like, you know, look, I'll give him something sometime that I just come up with off the top of the dome that I just made up.
Yeah.
And make sure I get that recorded, or, you know what I'm saying, or something that I wrote real slick, and I think it'll go into something that I can, you know, spit online or whatever. And then sometimes that gives me ideas too. It helps me. When I'm freestyling, you know, anything can happen. It might be something like, I'm like, I don't do that. But then they're like, oh, wow, hold up. I just saw the bar.
Yeah.
I just saw something. So, you know what I mean? I can really, really delve into something and really expand.
Okay, that's what's up, man. You got a question before I go into the topics?
Yeah, so let me ask you this. I mean, we're all affected by this pandemic and everything. How did that affect you guys in the Kentucky area as far as like in the music scene? We had an interview with Germ Catcher a couple months ago, and he said his work and everything like that, it sped, it was actually increasing due to the pandemic. So was that similar, were you getting a similar thing, or did it slow down a bit, or what was going on?
As far as the pandemic?
Yeah, as far as the pandemic, how did it affect the music scene in Kentucky?
Oh, right. Oh, it's really affected it. I mean, people are trying, even to do live shows, but it's not gonna get you a lot of people. Now, a few times they did like a club scene and brought young people out. You know, sometimes people don't got no sense. And people just feel, yo, I'm just gonna go out where everybody at.
Right.
And people want to do something, but it impacts you. It has impacted the music scene a lot. You know, now in other ways it's up the music scene where you got to get a little creative. So we see a lot of people are doing live stream concerts. You know, because I see that my a job that I worked at, the Kentucky Center, where I got laid off because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
They had sponsored artists, and artists would be like, I'm gonna do it by the steps, or do it outside, or do it here, and do a live stream show. But that's only good a lot for people that have a fan base. Like we seen an award show. They was doing performances that looked like a video. That's what it looked like. Mm-hmm. It looked like a music video. You know what I mean? So, and they were performing live, and a lot of artists seem to be doing that. But here on the music scene, man, it's really hit us where you're trying to figure out, okay, yeah, man, we want to do this. Talk to different people. Even we talk to different people like, when should we do it? Are y'all okay? Y'all want to move with it? And then it has you thinking like, nah, I can't risk the safety right now, or I don't want to take that chance. So it makes you think, you know what I'm saying, before you react or act, and be like, yeah, I want to do it, or something. Even when people are offering this thing, well, we'll put some money up.
Yeah.
But really, what are you gonna really get out of it?
Yeah.
Because if you ain't, because the tickets are gonna drop. Just like at my job, from thousands of people, it's gonna drop to hundreds of people because you got to do the spacing and the social distancing with the seating. So that's gonna impact anything on the music scene. So we do the same thing. When I work at the big concerts and everything like that, everything's gonna go down. So that means if you already got a smaller audience anyway, you need everybody that you need, but you ain't gonna get everybody. Mm-hmm. So it's changed everything. Like I said again, the live streaming, it works to an event because you can still get out there and do it. And there's other ways that you can be impactful and maybe get a little revenue. But you want the whole main thing is to be impactful in people's lives and have the fans. Sometimes you don't have the fan base. You know, who's gonna really watch you?
Right.
Unless you got somebody that really sponsors. You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely, man. We are affected and waiting for things to be lifted where you can go and actually really do this. But, you know, the question is now, you know, when do you really make the move?
Yeah.
To really do a tour or do something like that.
Yeah, because here, I don't know when you guys are getting lifted. They're talking about lifting us in North Carolina June the 1st of this year. So would it be around the same time, or are y'all waiting a little longer?
As far as say it again?
Yeah, they're lifting. So what they're doing, like June the 1st, they're actually lifting like the whole mask mandate, everything. So it's pretty much going to be back to normal. That's what they're doing here.
So on the first they lifted it all up.
Yeah, here in North Carolina.
Word.
Are they doing the same? Are
Word.
they doing the same for you guys, or are y'all going to be restricted a little longer, or whatnot?
Right now, not. Nothing has got lifted. Not a word. I mean, I know we're talking about sometime in the summer, and our governor and the people in office are talking about sometime in the summer, but not that doesn't get back. By that time, then my job would have been like, yo, we're gonna lift everything, bring everything. They have no plans. The last time I checked, it was like I think August or September. You know what I mean? That ain't sure. So we don't got nothing. I mean, they are certain places are allowing you to not wear a mask, and most places still got to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And somebody will tell you, but some places they like wear your mask, put it on, take it off, and have a little freedom. Now, one thing I would say, Louisville is one of the places where you can still go to restaurants that's still open and closing at a decent hour, decent time. You can still go out and go to places. You know what I mean? Go out and hang out. Go to your shopping. Go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Still do some of your daily things and get active in some things before it closes. So everything's not closed like it once was.
Yeah.
Then you was like, man, I want to go here. Like, yeah, I like to get some things off my mind. Go to the gym, and that was hard. It's like closed. But when they opened it back up, it was good. You know that you can go places, so you can still go places. So it's like you can go. You know, you can kind of get around and go and do what you need to do.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now we're gonna jump into some topics that we want to talk about.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome to hang around for the conversation. We love your input. So, but first,
Yes,
you
sir.
know, we just kind of want to throw something out there. Now we had our first feature in a magazine. It is called Face of Icon magazine. If y'all can see that, we are featured in there in the March issue. I'll show y'all the page where we were featured in there. Let's see here, and this is made by T. Lynn. She is a member of our Facebook page and our Instagram, I believe.
Yes.
I believe she's on Instagram too. But she featured us in there. We got a full spread. We spread that out.
Oh, yeah, let me throw the claps. Throw the clap. There we go.
Salute.
So just wanted to kind of give ourselves a little pat on the back and a shout out to T. Lynn. We appreciate you for doing that. And she's brought us, you know, the artist that we last interviewed, which was Jerm Hatcher, a couple of months ago. I'm sure we're going to have him back on the show. And then she's, I'm sure, got some more artists that she's trying to connect us with as well. So shout out to T. Lynn. Thank you for doing that for us. We appreciate that.
Yep.
Maybe we can even have her on the show one day. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because she's doing her entrepreneurial thing, so we salute her for that. All right, so couple of light topics. Have you seen the new Mortal Kombat movie? Are you into that at all?
The Mortal Kombat, actually, me and the crew, man, Black Law Music, Joe Preston John, you know what I mean, Lamondre Carter, and Imperial R.A. We went to go check out that Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. So, what did you think about it? Because, I mean, I did enjoy it, but I hear a lot of people saying they didn't really think it was that good. So, what did you think about it?
And like you see, people always got something to say, and I mean you got opinions.
Right.
Opinions like anything else. When we saw it, yeah, we were entertainment, and we actually liked it. I like the new effects. They had action throughout the movie. You know what I'm saying? So it never was too much of a dull moment. Right. You know what I mean? And I think they put it out. I think they put it out at the right time. So you know, I really wasn't disappointed in the movie. And then they left us with something like, hey, it's gonna be a part 2 too.
Right. That's what I was gonna say. It looked like they left it open for a sequel. Right. So that's a good thing. What about you, Howie? I know you were.
Well, I mean, I understood why people didn't like it. I think what they wanted was this. I think what it is now, everybody's so used to having like these masterpieces and stuff, and I think what they were trying to do was just lay in the groundwork. But now, right. I do think there were some parts that was lacking. But as far as like, I mean, now the intro was great. The introduction was great. Now that was flawless. Like the fight and all that stuff, that was dope. I think they could have, the dude Cole, the main character, they could have done a little bit better building on him. That's just my opinion. Kano stole the show for me. Yeah, the guy that played Kano was nice.
Yeah.
And Cabal, I like Cabal. Sub-Zero was a great villain. But yeah, I think some stuff, the dialogue was a little, but overall it was pretty good. And then my man Jax, man, we gotta talk about them $99 from the store arms. I'm like, yo, my man got the arm color. They gave him like these little rinky dink, like 99 cents. He got that lifting up the rock, and the joint like, help.
But see, they got a little bit stronger. Remember, they started building up.
Yeah, when that seal,
he discovered his inner power.
Yeah, they got to do that. They had where his special powers is that, boom, they pop out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I did appreciate that, but when they first had it with the rinky dink,
they had the rinky dink, and then I was like, yo.
I was
like, stop Asian hate my ass. These motherfuckers.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. I mean, overall, I did like it because it gave me the fight scenes that I wanted, and it gave me the blood and guts and all that I wanted from Mortal Kombat. I heard a lot of people were saying that they didn't like it because they kind of set it up like there was going to be a tournament, and it wasn't really an official tournament. Now I still liked it because you still got the fights that you wanted. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They didn't have an official tournament. Yeah, I get that, but it was still you saw the fights that you wanted to see, and like you said, they set it up for a sequel. So we're probably going to get more like a tournament style on the next one. You know what I mean? They had to set it up a certain way, but and then they're going to bring in more characters, I'm sure, in the next one as well. So overall, I was happy with it. I really liked the way Cabal killed my girl. What was it, Melina?
Was it Cabal?
I mean,
no, Kung Lao. Kung
Lao.
Yeah, the big town.
hat.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was dope.
That was
you
dope.
know what I mean? He laid into it with that hat.
Man, it was that stuff that he got a soul snatch.
Right.
Yo.
Right.
He did have the fatality of the boot.
Right. He did.
That was cold.
Yeah, that was cold right there.
But Jack's fatality was bad.
Yeah.
Faced the mashed potatoes.
Right.
You know
He clapped him. Yeah, man. Got him good,
right.
boy.
Woo.
That was
That
good.
was cold.
So yeah, that was his vengeance for the movie. So overall, I was happy with that. Now, how we brought up the fact of this new show, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and how good that is. I haven't gotten a chance to see it, but is that something that you watch?
Yeah, it's worth seeing. Definitely, man. You'll like it.
Okay.
They put a lot. They put some things into there. From the movies and some things they moving on with. But it's definitely entertaining. It's definitely worth watching. You'll get some ideas, man, about where the soldiers are that he got Wakanda. You know,
Okay.
what I mean? When they replace his arm, because it takes away from the evil that he was under from the other arm, stuff like that. So they go into some things like that. But it's definitely dope. I like the way they put it together, man.
Okay.
And then,
Okay.
they got some new stuff. So it's basically like a movie, but they basically said it was a movie, but it got broken down into a series.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually had one thing I like is that they were actually bringing stuff from the actual comic, like Zemo. They brought like the first actual Captain America, like the Black Captain America, Isaiah Bradley.
Okay.
Yeah, they brought him, so it was really good.
Right.
It was really good for them to tie that all in together. And then the fact that, Falcon at the end, spoiler alert, like he represents the new Cap.
Right.
And that was dope.
I kind of knew that was coming from.
And I like the fact that they got the U.S., the guy to be U.S. agent. I'm glad that they brought that in. So I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do with all that, as far as like the characters and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check it out. I just haven't gotten a chance. I was a little skeptical, but I'm glad y'all said that because I was like, are they really,
If anything, I would check that one out.
That one was good.
That's the one to watch, especially on Disney Plus.
Okay, that's what's up. Yes. All right, what you want to talk about next? You want to talk about Dr. Umar or something?
Yeah, we could talk about Dr. Umar.
We always joke about Dr. Umar Johnson on the show. And one of these days he's gonna come knocking on the door. But he did an interview with the Breakfast Club. He was kind of dropping some gems. I really thought he was spitting some knowledge because we critique him a lot. We criticize him a lot because he's kind of funny sometimes. But overall, I do think he's very wise, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. So I don't know if you got a chance to see the interview. Did you actually see that interview?
I got a chance to check it out.
Okay, that's what's up.
So he definitely dropped some jewels. He was very informative, about the Polish brutality, about doing the school, the book he had, Black Parent Advocacy, So definitely, he kept it all the way true. I like the things that he's talking about.
I agree. One thing I really liked what he said when he was talking about Joe Biden, because he said his first day in office, he made sure and he signed a bill that protected transgenders, and also he has the COVID relief bill that protects Asians against Asian hate. But yet we've been going through what we've been going through for over 400 years, and there's still no bill on the books to protect us.
And the thing is, what I don't like about our people, we talked about the vote and raise the vote for people, but we never hold them accountable by making demands what we expect them to do, what they say they're going to do. Usually they never do and they get elected. You know what I mean? And we say that's our man. When he got in office, before he got in office, he said, if you don't vote for Biden, then you ain't black.
Yep.
So when we expected, when he got in office, the first bill should have been, we're going to change some of these legislations and laws and hold police forces and police officers accountable. He didn't do that.
Nah. And that's the thing with it too, like, you know, with take Ice Cube for instance. He did the thing with, you know, had the plan for Black America. Now he met with, you know, Trump's camp or whatnot, got dragged for it. He's like, look, we trying to get things done here. And he went to the Democratic camp and they was like, well, we're gonna wait, you know, till the election. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wait after the election. And it's like, well, it's after the election. Y'all, how come y'all ain't got him back yet?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To talk about some of these issues that we have. And the thing of it is just, you know, kind of like what he said, Dr. Umar Johnson said, is the reason why they're trying to prop up these groups is because they know that the white man is dying out. They're not going to be the majority. Well, they're not the majority now, but they're not going to be the overwhelming majority in probably, 10 years? So they want to make sure, particularly Asians, you know, no offense to Asians. I love everybody, you know what I'm saying, respect everybody. But what it is, the Asians are pretty much, some of them are lined up with the white supremacy views. So they want to keep them because they're honorary white. So that's what they're trying to push. So and get them set up. So when they die off, they'll keep that intact, which I think is fucking stupid, but whatever. It's just stupid.
Yeah, like you said, like you said, we have no problem with other people. We have stood for other people. Whether indirectly or not, we have supported other people and helped feed their families. We have come in our communities and basically taken all we have given. You know what I mean? But yes, if anything is wrong done or done wrong to another human being, you should feel empathy. But we ask for the victims of Black people and the most oppressed people, most downtrodden people of our people, who will feel empathy and sympathy outside of our community, even though we got to hold each other accountable. Yeah. Because we stop caring for each other. We go to somewhere and say, well, stop the Asian hate and stuff like that. But Black people in America, we face the most.
Yeah.
And it's undeniable. It's factual. We face the most hate. Everybody should be in awe and want justice. Like we celebrated, like you said, George Floyd's justice, and I was glad about the verdict, but it's not fully justice because this man is dead.
Yeah, facts.
When you do wrong to somebody, you want to undo the wrong to him. You can't undo wrong for a man that his life is gone. He can't be there for his family. So what can you do? You can pass a bill. You can change laws that wouldn't allow a police officer to continue to violate somebody's life and not value their life. Use a certain measure of force against somebody, or when do you overstep your bounds when you are attacking somebody? That seems to happen only to us as Black male or Black female. So when the knee or the pressure was on his neck and the way his face looked, the thing is, laws should be set in place because you still got to be a professional. I hear a lot of police officers saying, hey, we under a lot of pressure. We're under a lot of situations where we're in the heat of the moment. But the thing is, if it's always happening to your Black citizens, to your Black people, that's the Black opposition. So so there's a different value of life. Like I love how you broke down. When you have a white gentleman who's Caucasian that has an AK-47, not a liquor shop, not a gun shop, hit him. He got taken to go get something to eat before he went to jail. So, like we said, there's always in the way they are supposed to uphold the law and their protocol, there is a standard of professionalism when you go into a situation. If you can't handle it and you get having a knowledge, being able to use precaution before you step in and you do something. That's all we're saying. Give everybody the same just and fair way, and don't make excuses and then say, well, I was underneath, because, like we said, this young man had an AK-47. Didn't get touched, didn't get shot.
Nope.
Versus a young black girl, Michaela Bryant, who actually called the police, who had a knife.
And dropped the knife.
She got shot up.
And dropped the knife when they rolled up and they executed her.
See?
Dropped the knife.
So I'm saying, and called the police. She's the one that called the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy, man. I mean, and just like what you were saying, you know, about the white gentleman, you know, who got treated with such respect after, you know, having the AK-47, it made me think about the killing of Ahmaud Arbery when the two white guys, you know, assassinated him after they found the footage of the cops. After it happened, the cops were actually having a civil conversation with them, you know, and the guy still had all the blood on his hands and all of that. And he was just talking to the cops, and they just like, yeah, you know, I get it. You know, they kind of talking to him like, it is what it is. You know, you did what you had to do.
You're
right. Yeah, and
like we said, I'll never forget what Black Star said. Most definitely said, the value of black life is treated with short work. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You have to be retrained in the police force to treat your black citizens like black citizens and value their life. See, when we talk to people, if you can't relate, then you don't understand, and that's the problem with a lot of other races. When they talk, they just doing their job, and so it's because you're not in the same shoes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have those same concerns and worries in your neighborhood, in your urban area, because you're not in the urban area. Excuse me. You might be in a suburb. You might have had a silver spoon in your mouth. But when you're being judged for the color of your skin, that is a problem in the system. And it's not just the police, because the police are in the system. They're the enforcers of the system. But as they were taught, as they call police to protect and serve. Doesn't say kill and murder.
That's
if
right.
other people were getting killed, wholesale, white males, the only thing closer is Hispanic males, and whatnot. But if it was other whites and Asians and people getting killed wholesale, like black males are getting killed wholesale, and then black females, young African Americans, you know what I'm saying, before they even reach 30, or they're a little bit past 30, then we would be talking about, okay, something else. But it seems, like you said, it seems, and like we understand, brother, that it seems to happen to us. We are the ones that get caught up with that. That's because of the value of life. If you appreciated this young woman's value of life, my value of life, then you would handle it with precaution. Like, I can't just go out and bang, 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 and shoot them up 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they will slickly then use, well, y'all kill each other.
Yeah.
But see, like they say, 2 wrongs don't make a right.
But this is the thing too.
Go ahead.
They taught us to kill each other, right?
Absolutely.
They taught us to do that, so we're just doing what we're taught.
Yeah.
So how you gonna deflect? It was like, oh well, y'all, but y'all pretty much did the cage fight, the Mandingo joints, and all that stuff, and pit one of each other, and the colorism stuff. Like, oh well, you light skinned, you dark skinned, well you better than him because you closer than white. So you gotta, it's all that. All that.
It's really, it comes down to a perception situation. This is one thing I always talk about. It's really just perception because, you know what I mean, no matter what, some of these people like the little white dude, Kyle Rittenhouse, who was carrying that AK-47 and walking around, after he had just shot people, they don't see people like that as a threat. Society is subconsciously made to see us as a threat, no matter what the situation is.
Right.
If you got my color skin, if you look like me, somehow, some way, you might do something to harm me. So I need to be on eggshells when I see you. But somebody who like the people who killed Ahmaud Arbery, they fresh off of killing somebody, and you still talking to them like they ain't do nothing because there's no perception of a threat. Yeah, you did what you did, but there's no perception of a threat. So I still feel comfortable enough to talk to you, even though you just slaughtered a man. You know what I mean? But a black man could be selling cigarettes. You know what I mean? And we're killed for selling cigarettes.
Selling cigarettes.
Right. Like you remember the movie High Alert?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When Michael Rappaport played the young white male Remy.
Mm-hmm.
He got on top of the roof, went crazy. They were provoking him, you know, trying to see, hey, where your heart at, where your balls at with his white supremacy stuff. Even though he was undecided, but they were saying you ain't got no heart. He wanted to prove it. Got on top, started shooting up college students. The scene with Tyra Banks that played Deja. You know, like Tony Tone sang the song Arapio Sadiq. That was his little solo thing, you know. And then Omar F. He gets beat down in the scene by the police while they're asking the one who was the shooter, young Remy, the white boy, son, are you okay? It's okay, son. Calm down, son.
Right.
That's precaution. You're being careful. You're being kind. The gentleman over here who just got his girlfriend shot and killed and fought him, y'all attack him, beating him down relentlessly and saying, and then here's their thing. Well, we don't know friend or foe. You know, we just go in it. But see, that, like we said, that's BS.
Yeah.
You are already, like you said, you already have a perception. You already have an assumption of what you believe is the way to do it. So when you see public enemy number one, which is the young African American male, versus a white male or anybody else, whoever, you're going after him. If it's whoever. Two black males, you might as well just take both of them out.
Oh yeah, you gotta bring in the army for that.
You're gonna jump on him because, like you said, by perception, he is public enemy number one. Mm-hmm. He is who we look to lock up and put in the jail and throw away.
Yep.
And long as the system is corrupt and they think that way, under the law enforcement, under the police force or whatever, that's the way it's gonna continue to be.
Yep.
Just like the movie show.
Yeah.
I may have not done nothing. I may be innocent. Guess what? I fit the description of, by their perception, he is public enemy number one. I'm getting shot. So that's why we're going to have a reaction of impulse. Hey, I got like brother, rest in peace. What happened to brother Andrew Brown?
Yeah.
I got to get out of there. I got to run. I got to try to do something because I'm getting ready to be in trouble. Because I try to abide by the law. Put my hands up. I say, hey, I ain't done nothing. What's going on? Hey, son, get on the ground. And then you still make it. We've all been through this. If anybody hasn't, then I don't know where you come from. I've been on the ground. And I was accused for something that was a domestic situation that had nothing to do with me and my brother. But we were the two that fit the description. So fitting the description of the situation, two other black males that got into it. One was beating on his girl or whatever, but we were fine. When I was just moving out of my apartment to somewhere else. Hey, what y'all doing? Put your hands up and everything like that. See, you fit the description.
You know what's funny? I think that it's funny because I always felt like at least 90% of black males have a you fit the description story. Because I got two of them myself. You know what I mean? At some point in your life, you always fit the fucking description of somebody else. You know what I mean? I had guns pulled on me by two cops because they said I fit the description. You know what I mean? And I remember one time in high school where we were pulled over on the highway, and it was we fit the description. You know what I mean? So it's like we all have those, and that's a damn shame that we all have them. At least the majority of us.
Right.
Yeah. Just...
Like you said, the experience is something. And when you experience it, then you realize, as we always say, I'm just a black male in America. You can be anything you want to call yourself, but you're African male, you're a black male in America. Yeah. And that's what you fall to. And you kind of wonder.
Oh, we lose our.
Oh,
okay. There we
go. Yeah, I got cut off for a minute.
Yeah.
Is my life important? Does my life have any worth? Does my life have any value? You know what I mean? And, you know, again, these are the things that we must voice. And like we talked about earlier, that's one of the first bills that should have been
Yeah.
It talked about. We heard it was in the presidential debate. It was talked about about the brutality, about the police and things getting out of control. And then we look at it, it's during a pandemic, but we still can't. But still, racism, it crawls its ugly way through. Still, the problems with people, it still comes through that we have a mentality, that have a mentality that we're still suffering from the issues that's going on. Because a pandemic is something that human beings should be discussing, and our people and other people coming together and discussing survival and how to help one another and how to get people through these trying times. But it doesn't eliminate or ignore that it's something that is wrong with education. There's something wrong with the minds of people who are in charge, because leadership should always be able to affect people in the right way. But we have the wrong leadership.
Yeah.
And that's why we still have the same problem.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. Did you want to touch on anything else about Umar before we move on?
I mean, I think that's it. But yeah, I think it was an excellent interview.
Yeah, it was a really good interview, and I mean, he dropped some jewels. I really wish he would hurry up and get the schools done or whatever, because that's always been a big thing. But I know he's doing his best. But I think if he really allowed himself to have a team of people, we'd have those schools done by now.
Yeah.
But I think because he wants to do everything himself, I think that's why his schools are not open yet. You know what I mean?
I was going to make this shout out to TD Hip Hop Media. I think that's who they are. But he pointed out the fact that, the Breakfast Show, the Breakfast Club interview was good with, Umar Johnson, with Dr. Umar Johnson. But it's just like, they'll play, that's the only thing, they'll play that. They have their first, little Pan-African, power to the people. But then they were still promoting, the Democratic Party. They still promoted Joe Biden. They still promoted, all these other folks and all the other people that tell them, well, we need to get out here and vote for the Democrats and da-da-da-da, because they going to help us out. When they pretty much, the Democratic Party pretty much thinking, they're going to replace us, particularly with the people that's coming through the border right now. The Mexicans and all the people from Latin America. So we're already going to be replaced. So, what's the benefit of voting for the Democratic Party? You know what I'm saying? They ain't done shit for us. Not a damn thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
he broke down about why he supports the Independent Party versus the Republican or the Democrat.
Yeah.
But I've always said, when our people have to listen to what they say the government is supposed to be for the people, of the people, and by the people. But never has been for the people, of the people, and by the people, especially not you and your community. And then you have not made them do what they were supposed to do. Anytime somebody gets in office, you haven't made them be responsible and accountable and hold them when they come in. And that's why we still have the same thing. And then of course we lack unity. Yeah. And lacking unity, you will be exposed in all aspects of the oppressive life that we keep getting put in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing this, I got to look out for me. I got to do this for me. I got to get by. But there are bigger forces why we have to become a force of the people. So we don't get left behind. When we say, okay, yeah, we got our man by, but the problem still came when Barack left. You got a black man. They did. I think they did more of that and make that move as a guise or disguise or the way to shut us up. To say, look, we put somebody in office that's black.
Yeah.
So is that supposed to make things change? No, them things ain't gonna change. We got to make a change.
Yep.
We got to change what's going on, because it's going to continue to be the same. Throughout history, for a long time, in this history, is a bad history. It's not a good history. We say let's make America great again.
Yeah.
But like we've always said, when has it ever been great?
Great.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You can do great things, but overall, you can't call yourself
Exactly. I agree with that, man. I don't know of any period where we've actually been great at all.
Well,
You know
pre 1492. That's about
Right.
it.
Before 1492.
Before 1492, that was about it.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? It's funny because there was a guy, I can't remember who he was, who said that he was a white guy. He was saying that about, you know, America actually, in that same tone of subject, he was saying that America, you know, before when the Indians had control over everything, he was like, yeah, America really didn't have no culture then.
Oh, that was Rick Santorum. Yeah, actually, I was going to, he got the dunk in the day.
He was like, America didn't even have no culture. He was like, the Indians were here, but they didn't have no culture. You know, we had to, like the white people had to bring culture to America.
That they stole from everybody else.
Like,
they stole the culture from everybody else.
Like,
how the hell they going to help culture?
Exactly. Shut your ass up, Dick Santorum.
Right. Like you said, everything to justify stealing something from somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like even with slavery, they try to justify that.
Yeah, we helped you. We helped you.
Yeah, you would have been in Africa with a bone in your nose in a hut if we didn't come get you. I'm like, matter of fact, I don't think I'm like my man. What's my man's name? He's a comedian. He's a big fat white guy. I forgot his name. And he's like,
with the kind of squeaky voice.
Yeah, but he was like, yeah, man. He was saying like this lady was talking to him and said, yeah, so they didn't come over here. We caught them and they came over here. He said, man, let me tell you something. You ain't gonna catch those black people now. So you didn't mean to tell me that y'all caught them like you ain't catching black people now.
Catching nothing, man. Catching nothing. You know, we were stolen and that's it. Point blank, period. But anyway, you know, we don't want to get into too much of that. We're gonna move on to our next topic.